Hey there everybody, happy Crochet April. I'm here today to show you how to make these adorable little blossoms on the Blooming Blossoms Dishcloth. It's a free pattern on the Sticks website, so you can go hop over there and download a copy if you don't have it already. These blossoms are made with just basic stitches. They're a little tricky to understand on the pattern, so I just wanted to have a video here to show you exactly how to do it. They're much easier than they look, and once you've made one and get the hang of it, it's a piece of cake. So I'm going to demo just a little bit for you here. One thing you'll want to have that'll make your life a lot easier is a removable stitch marker. A safety pin will work, one of these little opening guys like this, anything that'll open and close that you can clip into a stitch to mark it. So on this piece here, I've gone ahead and I've done the foundation row and rows 1 and 2, which are just single crochets, row 3, which are just basic double crochets. So now we're going to start on row 4, which is where the blossom starts. So it starts off by doing 5 single crochets, just 1 in each stitch. And then the pattern says to mark the next stitch. So to do that, you just want to clip a marker just in the top of the next single crochet, because you're going to do something in there later, and when you do the blossom, that stitch tends to get buried in them and it's a little hard to see. So if you have a marker in it, it's much easier to see where you're going to go later. Okay, so the pattern then tells you on the Make Blossoms section, you're going to work into the post of this double crochet that's right below your marked stitch. So here's your marked stitch there, and this is the post where you're going to start the blossom. So in this post right here, you are going to do a double crochet, a treble, a double crochet, and a single, and you're going to do that little clump of stuff 3 times in this post. So you're inserting, there's the first double. For a treble, you wrap twice. I'm just inserting into the side of this post. So you've kind of rotated your work 45 degrees so that now you're just inserting underneath the post. That's the only difference, is just where you insert. And once you've inserted, it's no different than a regular stitch. So there's a double, a treble, here's my next double, and then you're going to do a single. And you're going to do that 3 times. Because if you look at the petals, at the blossoms here, each one is 6 petals. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 petals in one stitch, and then I'm going to come over and do 1, 2, 3 petals in a different stitch. So there's the first petal. I'm going to repeat that. 1 double, a treble. And what you're going to notice as you're doing this, here's my next double, is that your work gets a little bit smushed. Whoops, this is harder than it looks for me to do on camera. Your work is going to get a little smushed onto the post of that, so you can go ahead and you can just kind of scoot it back to make yourself a little more room. Here's a single, and I'm going to do 1 more petal. Double, treble, double, do 1 last single. Okay, now the pattern, it's a little splitty. It says to rotate your work again. Hang on, I'm going to hop off camera here just for a sec, get my hook in there where it belongs. Okay, so now your pattern says to rotate your work so that you're going to be working into the double crochet just to the right of the one that you just worked into. And that means, like, if you're looking at your piece normally, like you would normally hold your crochet, you've just worked along this post. Now you're going to kind of backtrack and do that same thing around the post of the double crochet to the right of that one. And on this one, your work really gets smashed into that double crochet. So we're going to start right here. Our work's kind of upside down now, and work around this post. We're going to make 3 petals again. So the single crochet, there's 1 petal. Now you can kind of just slide it down, make some more room. We'll do the second petal. Goodness. This is the fingering weight version. So I'm on a tiny little hook, which kind of makes it easy to split. Okay, now third petal. You really have to kind of smash this third petal in there. So don't be afraid to make yourself that extra room by really yanking it down, and that'll give you just a little more wiggle room to work those last couple of stitches in there. There's our third petal with a single crochet. Okay, now the pattern says to come up and to work 10 single crochets starting in that marked stitch. So if you look here, here's the marked stitch, and if you see, it's kind of buried under there. See it under there? It's really kind of hard to see it unless you put a marker in it. But once you ID it, you can take that marker out and you're going to insert your hook right in there, and that's where you're going to begin working the 10 single crochets in a row. So, whoops, popped out right in there. There's one. And then after that, you're just going to work 10 single crochets, and then you'll repeat. You'll put a marker here, that'll be the 11th one, and then you'll work your 3 petals down this way. You'll rotate it, and you'll work the 3 petals around this post, and then you'll rotate it again and work the other 3 petals back up the other post, and then proceed along with single crochets to finish your row. So there's one cute little blossom. So easier than it looks, but I think it helped to see it done. So now go forth and scatter more blossoms all over your dishcloth. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.